So got the coffee. It's good. And we're all set again. Now I put the camera on the tripod because last time I kept on getting things, the cards, my camera was drifting. So this way it doesn't drift, and then we can, explore together. So we were just exploring right over here, and we found a fishing spot, but we don't have anything kind of to fish. We found some footprints which led us to the fishing ground, and we found some gears in the bamboo there. We have Frankenstein over here has an actual this instrument constructed, and he's got a 3 on that, so that means that we have 3 uses of it, and this has a 4 use because we've got the 4 die on it, and it's a life jacket, so then we can do some of these special things. But what we do need is to we need that symbol way down here at the bottom of the camera to actually get some cards back into our display, but we actually haven't used any cards, so we don't really have to worry about that. So let's just start exploring. Okay, so first things off, we're going to go to this section here, which is 004, and we're going to explore that area, but we forgot something. We need to put down one of these cards, the fog cards, and we're going to flip that over. Okay, so lunch. A plump seagull is hopping around just a few yards from you. If you are a vegetarian, just ignore it. Well, we're not really hungry because we don't have any cards in our discard, but it would be lovely. It is locked, so we have to use 1 card, and we need 2 successes, so we're not going to do that at all because we would probably fail. And then we banish this card. You go on your way. So the other thing is just we go on our way and we get, it needs nothing. And we're just going to ignore it, which is what we're going to do. Because frankly, we can't afford to fail. That would probably be bad. So now we're going to go to 4. Card 4, which is off to the side here. We're looking. That's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. Coffee break. Good Java. Okay. 4. Flip it over, and here we go. A nice new section. Need a little close-up of it. So we're going to move, which is going to take 2 cards. We get to keep 1. So let's see what we get. We don't need any successes. Darn. Curse. Well, that's fine because it's just a curse card and then this card. Okay, so let's look at this card because we're going to keep it. Okay, so this card stays in our hand, and it's Forbidding Experiment because we're Frankenstein. So if a grave can be seen on your terrain card, you may take the following action. So this is going to be held in my hand. I'm going to keep it, and then once I see a grave, we can actually use this action. And what this action is going to do is it's going to allow us to randomly take 25 cards back from the discard pile and shuffle them back into our deck, which is basically like what food is, and then we banish this card. And it says, it's alive, having a cheated death fills you with an immense amount of energy. Oh, there you go. So Frankenstein, he's not very alive in that picture. But there you go. Okay, so I'm going to put that in my hand. We've got a shovel in my hand. We've got the shovel, and we have this forbidden experiment. And Mary actually does have something. Mary, she has a staff. But nothing it's going to help us to hunt. But we do have an option to get 25 cards out of our hand. So that was moving over there. So now we're here. And if we start looking, let's look here. There's a cave. Like there's an outcrop here of something. There's this, which we should actually go see what that is. 008. And this would be back up to the this area, which we know it's there, so we don't have to put like one of those cards that is the mist card. Oh boy. So this is something to see, and this is something to do. Okay, well, let's go see, because it's not going to take any cards for us to actually go see this 35. So let's go and look at 35, and I will be right back. Okay, immediately after this is revealed, one involved character may choose one card from the keyword stamina in the discard pile and add it to the blah 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 blah. We don't have this. So this is a rest spot. It's a rest and recovery, but frankly, we don't have anything in the discard pile yet, except for one curse card, which, you know, whatever. So now I'm going to spend a card to go down to this area 08. So let's spend a card, and here we go. It's once again Frankenstein, because we have Mary's just hanging out down there, and this card, Obey. So it's going to give us a plus to all these things. The following effect applies to as long as you have this in hand. Nice. Then the cast setup of an action you are involved in. If you have a card with the keyword monster in your hand, you may apply the following effect. Okay, so you have to have card with the keyword monster in hand. So we have to have another card with the keyword monster, which if we look at his other monster card, it doesn't. It just has skill and will, and this one, stamina. So that's not going to help us, but it's definitely a good one to have. And I just drew one card because we don't need any successes. We didn't get any successes anyways. So there you go. That goes under his character. Now, just as a note, we have 3 cards, blue hands, under his character card, and we can only have 3. Shoot. So that's the max. That's it. He's maxed out. Okay. What are we going to do? We're going to draw card 8 now. Okay, so here we go. Swinging away will certainly not be easy. On the other hand, if you stay here for more than a few days, you will likely die. So, this is basically saying, heads up, get off this little island and get to the main area, which is probably where the real meat of the game starts. And we have to swim. We have to, using an anchor, we'll be able to get bonuses for that, because that's swim. All characters, what the stairs means is all characters must be involved. And if we have a card somewhere with this symbol on it, we can add it to this result. So that's probably, we can find something that might be a good thing to do. And then the black is just, once we start doing it, this is what's going to happen. So we got to swim out of here, people. So let's put that down there. Now looking at our characters, this is medical. There is no swimming cards at all, but we do have a life jacket, and we do have some some of this. So this is banish this card, the life jacket. Really? And get a +3. Or you get a success and you don't have to draw an extra card. But we have to get 9 successes to swim off this island. Right there, 9. So this life jacket is going to be useful, but we're going to have to banish. Yeah, we're going to have to. Banish this green card and replace it with a gold card. I see. So I see that symbol up there at the top. So you're going to just banish this card, period. You're going to use it and that's it. If you use that 3, that's how I'm going to play anyways. Yeah, once it has been resolved, discard this expedition card and replace it with an advantage. Okay. Don't know what A0155 means. Hey, maybe if you know in the comments, or let me know in the comments, because we're just going to play it. So we've got 4 chances with that, but we're going to have to use it. Well, we have 2 choices with that. That's what I mean. But we're not ready to go swimming, so let's keep on exploring. All right. So Frankenstein's monster he's up to his hand limit. So he's got 3 cards. Well, he's supposed to have 2, but his special ability is he gets 1 more, so he has 3. So I don't think we should really use him too much, considering that Mary still needs to get an extra card in her hand, just until everybody gets their full hand limit, and then we can decide. So I think we're going to move Mary over here, and then we'll meet up. Frankenstein will pull up beside her for free, because you can always move into a square that another person is in. Okay, so we are going to spend no successes, but we're going to have to spend 1 card to actually get there. And the card we got is a blowpipe, which is really interesting because that's really kind of what we want to be able to hunt. So that's really good, and that will give us 2 successes on every time we hunt if we build this. And it is of violence. Okay, so let's get that into the Mary's inventory. We're not going to craft it just yet because we want to be in an area with bamboo. So in actual fact, maybe what we should do is Mary come down here for free, and then we'll move both of them over here, and then we can craft that item. So, whoa, wait, hang on a second. Is it going to be cheaper? No, it's going to be the same. Because if we move up Frankenstein, it would be 1 free, 1, 2. And this would just be 2. So it's exactly the same to get over to the the bamboo. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to spend 2 cards over here. And let's see what we're going to get. So we drew 2 cards. We don't need to keep any of them. But we could learn by doing. You may discard this during the cast setup of an action you are involved in. The cost setup, what did I say? In order to apply the following effect. So just -3 cards. That can be interesting, but if we're going to go swimming, we actually want to draw more than 3 cards, which it says over here that we have to do, because we're going to have to get 9 successes. So we're not going to get 9 successes in 3 cards. We do have a life jacket, which will give us one additional success, but that's still not enough. Almost need a boat. We're going to be drawing like 20 cards to get that. So, well, not really, but you know what I mean. So, what's this one? Remember, choose 1 card in the discard and add it to your add it to your hand, and then discard this card. That is neat. But Mary has a walking staff, which would allow her to fight with a sword, or walk. Which is, what's walk? What does that even mean? Let's put this down for a second. What does this mean? That. Move, backtrack. I don't know if that's going to be useful, but it's an item and it's more useful than this card. So both these cards are going in the discard pile. Good. Okay, next, we're here. We're going to craft this item. So this item takes 2 cards to craft, but if you have bamboo, it is, you just pick it up and you have a, sorry. If you need to use 2 cards, but if you have bamboo, which we are now in a spot with bamboo, it's going to cost nothing. So I am going to put that up there and put a die at 3 to represent that we have 3 uses of the blow dart. And there we go. Hand size back down to 2 cards. Okay, what are we going to do now? I suppose we can move back up here, which is going to cost 2 cards, to get back into this section. Or we can hunt. And hunting will allow us to... I think how hunting works is we get the food and then we can cook it. So, let us hunt, because we have a blow dart now. So, since we're already here, let us hunt. It's going to take 2 cards to hunt. But I think let's use 3 cards and see what we can get. If we can get 4 successes, that would be great. And we already have 2. So I'm going to use... I'm going to use... Okay. Okay. Yeah, let me think about this for a second. Okay, so we're going to pull 3 cards and try to get some good food so we can store it, and then eventually, hopefully, we'll get a fire, which I'm sure it won't be too hard to pull a fire, and then we'll we'll cook that food. Okay, so the first one is, it's a good thing we pulled a bunch because, frankly, we suck. Oh, boy. So we got a curse. Yeah, so that will give us nothing. And then we have a success. We have 2 successes from our blow dart, which now only has 2 on it. And now we get a 3, so we get 1 30 card, which I'm assuming is going to be food. So let's just dig through here for a second. Digging, 30 card, come on, 30, there we go. Yeah, okay, so we're going to have to fight this thing. Shite! Are you serious? And then we'll get the food? Okay, strange. Okay, so first before we fight this thing, because we're going to have to get the food, let's choose what card. Oh! Okay, there's a fire, so we're going to keep that. And then what's this? You may take 1 additional 200 card or 2 additional 300 cards. The active player chooses even if... So I'm guessing 300 and 200 is food. In this set. So this is fishing. So with this card you can fish, but we are not going to keep this card because we kept the fire card. And that one will go into the discard pile. So this card, which we are going to keep, needs wood and some leaves, fire making kit. So it's a fire making kit. It only has one use. It is a strength, so maybe we could power it up, but I don't think so. I think it's just going to be a one-time thing, and then we can make fire. And fire will allow us to move into that fire area a little faster, and also it will allow us to cook our food. So we're going to have this card, but we're not going to use the fire until we need it, which is going to be quite a bit from now. So let's get ready to fight this strange like squidish thingy. Calophalopod? Weird. It's really ugly. A 3-foot long creature with tentacles and stumpy legs tries to bite you. Okay, please don't bite us. We're going to have to fight. And we're going to have to get a success. And we're going to have to use a sword. Let me just make sure that I'm doing that correctly. What does that mean? An action that allow all involved characters and only them must take. An action that all involved characters and only them must take. So that's what this is. Okay. 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 So we need to get 2 successes. It's locked. Oh. This sucks. So it's locked. So what did the blow dart do then? Annoy it? Because the only card that we have that is a fighting card is this, and it just says reduce, and banish. We can't get rid of the life jack. We're going to have to take a hit. This is going to hurt. So both characters, because both characters were involved, Well, no, only one character was involved, Mary, right? Okay, so Mary was involved, but Frankenstein was kind of there, right? Right? Okay, fight. Minimum number of successes needed to successfully perform the action. The player must draw the exact number of cards indicated by the action. Apply the effects from this hand's and or inventory. Oh, fudge. Okay, so I don't think there's any way we can add to this. Players must draw the exact number of cards indicated by the action, unless they choose to apply cards effects from their hand and or inventory. Okay, so do I have anything in my hand that will... No, this is... But the stick doesn't give you successes. It minuses, like, I want success, not... And anyways, this has to be built. And that's our fire card. So we have nothing. We're going to take a hit. We're going to draw one card and try for 2 successes. Well, we're not going to get successes. So, we're not 2 anyways. Okay, here we go. 1 success and it's a fire card. So we fail. This goes into the discard because we already have a fire card. So, thanks for trying. So we draw... the creature snacks its small teeth into your calf. The active player takes a 104 card. Okay. Well, that sucks. 104 card. Oh, here. 104. So this is a deep cut, friction, bone injury on the 7th continent can be extremely life-threatening. Okay, so it is an injury. It's an injury. Ouch! You are injured. So we can do a medicine card to... Or we can do an action to get rid of this, to bandage this up. And we need to draw 2 cards, plus 2 cards. So we can draw more cards than just 2, because it's not locked. Why do I keep on doing that? Sorry guys, I'm like, can you read that? No. Okay, so... and... 003 will get rid of it. So we're going to get rid of it. The injury, or we're going to make it worse. So we're going to, if we get rid of this, we need the fire. So now this goes into her hand, and now she has a wound, which is causing her to drop a card from her hand, right? Because we're playing 2 players, even though it's single player. But you're here, so it's, you know, it's 2-player, kind of. So, we're going to get rid of one of these cards. I don't want to get rid of the fire, and this seems pretty goddamn useless. A walking stick. A walking stick for what? It doesn't give me any bonus to success at all when I'm fighting, so goodbye. And we've got a wound. Awesome. Awesome juice. Well, that was absolutely worth nothing. And then this goes into the past because it's the past symbol, so this just goes away. Thank you for absolutely doing nothing. There, and then this item, if you list one involuntary character is bloodied. What? If at least one involved character is bloodied. I think I was bloodied. You must discard one of these cards without the keyword. Okay, so I looked at this card. All this means is if you were bloodied, you have to discard one of the cards that you got and then, you know, choose the remaining. And the one you discard is with this keyword. So that didn't happen. We drew one card and it was crud. And now I'm going to return this. Watch as the result of your hunt. Return the other cards. Okay, well I didn't. I only got one. And then flip this card. So this goes into the past until we rest and save the game. And then this card goes back into play, I believe. And then we reveal the yellow card of it. So, or the golden card of it. Okay. Okay, so apparently there is not much more food in this a desolated land than you have already found. You realize you had better better ration what you have if you want to make it through. Well, I don't have anything because what I did find was a nasty little biting thing. Okay, so it says at the bottom, immediately after this is revealed, one involved character may discard 2 of their hand cards from their hand in order to choose 1 card from the discard pile. We're not going to do that, thank you very much. So, there you go. That goes there. It's empty. So now where are we going? Well, we're not going this way. Did I look in here? Yes, we did. We looked in there, and that's what we got there. So we're moving up here for 2. So 2. We're doing it together. Knowledge is power. What's this? You may discard this during the result step of an action you are involved in order to apply the following effect. Okay, knowledge is power. You get more experience. Take 1 0/0 card for each other. Knowledge is power. Okay, so 0 0 3 cards are, I'm guessing, the, yes, they are the experience cards. Cards in the hand of the individual character. Take 1 additional blank card, discard it. This. Each individual character must discard all knowledge is power cards they have in hand. Okay, so neither of these are interesting. So, and I keep on doing that with the camera off to the side. Sorry. Okay, so we've moved up. I'm actually kind of looking for a card that will help us with getting rid of this with 3 successes. If we pull, like right now we pull 4 cards, I can get rid of this on Mary, but I don't want to because we're okay right now. Okay, so there should be some fog over here. Let's flip this and see. Okay, this is interesting. You have picked a large shell you can blow into. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's a fight and a success. Discard this. Or -1 card and or a success. So this is a musical thing. We are... well, both of them are doing it. I think we discard, oh yeah, at the end of your turn, a shovel. Ooh. I forgot we had the shovel. Damn it! No, that's okay. I'm going to put the shovel into play. But before we do... That might be nice, but I think I'm going to get rid of this card. Take the conch. Give it to Mary. Mary can build it. But Mary can't build it because she... Okay. Okay, so let us get rid of this obey card. We'll pick up the conch. Now we have the conch. It's musical. I could put it under... That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it right under here because it's musical. And now we have all these actions. Well, we have this action and this action. Or this action and this action. Or this action and this action. That's how I kind of think how it works. And we've now made this from a 3 to a 6. That's how I understand it. You tell me different. So we've got a musical band here, and it's nice. Everything is okay. Oh, we get, if we fight, we get, oh, okay. Discard this. So just the bottom card, I think you discard. There's a lot of questions I've got for this game, but I'm assuming that if I use this action, I'll only discard this card and not the whole cards, right? Huh? That's how I'm going to play it, because I'm not going to spend 14 hours trying to look it up. I'll make it... That's how I understand. Okay, so I've got 3 cards. I can hold 4 cards with what's his name? I am going to put this shovel into play because this shovel allows me to attack. It allows me to dig. It allows me to do that kind of stuff. And we'll get rid of it if we have to. Okay, so I'm going to spend 3 cards, no successes, but we are on a spot with flint, so I only need 1 card to build this, and that's what I'm going to do. So this is the last piece of equipment that I can build for Mr. Frank. So it's there, off to the side where he kind of sits. And I'm going to draw 1 card for that, and it is learn by doing. You may discard this during the cast step of an action you are involved in order to apply the following effect. -3 cards. Okay, so I'll keep that. Sure, why not? Okay, guys, moving on. Didn't I put something there? Oh yeah, that's right. That was the conch. Now we're going to put card 15 in. Yeah, see? I'm not completely losing it. 13, whoa, went right past that. 15. The terrain is split into 2. A small bay. Okay, that looks dangerous as hell. Okay, coach. The waves break and crash loudly against the jagged rocks. Getting to the other side is not going to be an easy task. Well, no guff. A balancing we need. Skill. Staff certainly. Yeah, we don't have anything that balances. We need to draw 3 cards and get 1 success. Well, we're not doing that right now, that's for sure. Fudge. We're wasting a lot of time here. Well, let's go up and see this section up here. Okay, here we go. So we're going to move into here, which is going to cost 1 card. And Frankenstein, why not you take it? Because then you can take the card. This is a medical. This is what we want. Oh, fudgy. So, darn. Okay, so I can add it to music. This is a Sanctuary. So I can add it, I think I can add it to this. I'm going to have to look at the rules on that. Okay. Okay, so this is how this works. We've got this item. This item is right now at a 6, right? Because we have these two cards. So this one item is actually these 2 items. So we've made a blow thingy and we stuck a conch onto it, and it has some great musical abilities and some of this and some of that. This is now permanently one single item, and it does all the things listed here. And we've got a 6. We can't go any higher than a 6. But if I craft this item right here, I can now attach the splint to the blow flute so you can actually play the instrument while it's strapped to your leg. Right? Yeah? Makes complete sense to me. This is obvious. So, now we've got this. But if I do that, and I do craft this item for whatever the craft limit is, which is actually, I would need to go back down to that bamboo if I really wanted to do it, or, oh, no, or the rope, or both. This would be free if I was way down over here where the seaweed and the bamboo is. Because I know how to make rope out of seaweed. So, I could get this. That would be wonderful. But then, I wouldn't get any more abilities out of it. And this would be locked now. Because for a 2-player game, which we're pretending to be a 2-player game, we can only fill each item, like we can have 3 items, each of them having 3 stacked cards in them. So that would be our max for this, which is fine, The reason why we can add this card to this stack is because it has the same keyword as the top card, the card with the die on it. So, there we go. So let us get back to it. This is in my hand. I'm not crafting this right now, but we will want to craft this when we go to get rid of this injury, because it gives us such a wonderful bonus to injuries, right? Because this injury, we need 3 successes. Which we guarantee, this is basically, this splint is basically a bandage. So we need to get this off of Mary, and we might not have a choice here. Or we can trade it to Mary if Mary gets rid of fire. Or, yeah, I'm not sure. I need to figure out how trading works. Hang on. Okay, so from my understanding, we can't trade cards. What we can do is we can swap cards or item stacks. So there's my item stack for the 3 item stacks right here for Frank. And I could put one of those in Mary's stack, which is over there. But what we would have to do is discard 2 cards from the our life stack, right? Don't want to do that. I think that's probably unwise. So I think what we should do is try to use this as much as possible. I don't know how we would use this as much as possible. Well, we could build a fire, but we don't have any food to build a fire. During the items step of an action you are involved in, you may discard 1 card with the keyword skill from your hand and or inventory. Okay, so what? Yeah. From your hand or in your inventory in order to apply the following effect. Inventory. What does that mean, inventory? Your inventory. Your hand or inventory. I don't know what that means. Inventory. Okay, anyways, moving on. I could build this. But then it stays on the board, so there's no point in doing that. Okay, so we're going to continue to move on, I think, with the med kit firmly in the hands of Frankenstein. But for now, we're going to stop because episode 2 is pretty much finished. And we are going to continue from this spot next time. Okay, and we're going to be going that way to go into the mist over here and see what's over there. Okay, so we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.